Make sure you guys can hear me first of all. What's going on, y'all? Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. I said this might be better to do. I'm just sitting here taking notes. Literally just finished doing a collab with Stephanie St. Aubin from Allegedly Stephanie just a few hours ago. So we can talk about the legality of some of the things that played out this week, from Naomi Campbell to Eric Adams to Diddy. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this story. And I already did a Diddy story today. I know all of you are probably tired of talking about Diddy, but more like this is 30 years of bad behavior being exposed slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. No one confirmed. Oh, loud and clear. Thank you so much, Eve. I appreciate you letting me know. What's going on, everyone? Hey. I'm going to give people a moment to get into the chat before we get into each of the points that I want to cover tonight. This is an informal live. I'm not in the studio. I'm at my kitchen island right now. We are not tired. Hey, Juju. Look, I mean, there's a few things I need to go over. I mean, I did go over today's lawsuit. There was a lawsuit filed by a Jane Doe. Some people are speculating because they feel like they can kind of piece together some of the things that have played out on social media. However, this is a woman that is a victim. So I don't want us to speculate on who we think it might be. So I just want to put that out there first. Mocha says, what's for dinner? I had a little Chinese food. I didn't feel like cooking. I didn't feel like cooking. I didn't feel like eating leftovers. So I was like, oh, I want a little Chinese food. So I had a little Chinese food, a little chicken and fried rice. I hope you guys are well. Let me know where you're watching from and let me know what you had for dinner. So there are a few points that I want to go through. And since this is our informal live, this is where you guys will have an opportunity to ask questions. I wish I could make you know what I can do? I can watch myself from here. And, oh, we got to give you an Albie Shore update. Cease and desist are flying. But let me see if I can actually watch myself. No, I don't want to go there. Don't want to wait. Let me close this. Ooh, I don't want to cancel. Hold on, let me go here and let me do this. Okay. I'm going to turn the volume down so I can see your comments. I just want to be able to see your comments very closely if need be. All right. All right. Let's give people a moment to get in. I did post a video earlier today talking about this new lawsuit. So there were 2 lawsuits filed this week alone, civil lawsuits. We also found out that Diddy's attorney, I talk about Diddy's attorney in my conversation with Allegedly Stephanie, that will be coming out tomorrow. I haven't even had an opportunity to sit down, edit it, and announce that it's coming out tomorrow. But we had a really great conversation in regards to this Diddy situation, Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City. And yes, it's raining lawsuits onto Eva. It's raining lawsuits. So he had 2 lawsuits. Remember, Gloria Allred had a lawsuit this week from her client, Thalia Graves. And then today we found out that a Jane Doe filed a lawsuit. Well, since I did that video, we found out that Young Miami was named in the lawsuit because the lawsuit dropped today. So I never had an opportunity to really sit through and read through the lawsuits. Plus, there's been so many lawsuits, not just about Diddy, other lawsuits that I've been reading and trying to catch up on that I didn't realize this. So she's named in this lawsuit, Young Miami. But as I said before, and I'm going to say it again as a disclaimer, we have to be very mindful because I know there will be people that will go to Young Miami's comments and start trolling her. We have to remember who she was dealing with. And we also have to remember we are not really clear on who are victims and who are accomplices in this situation. And we should probably assume that if anyone assisted Diddy in his terrible deeds, that they probably were scared for their lives, especially when you see what he was capable of doing for 30 years. So keep that in mind. Winter says Miss Pink Powder, allegedly. Just keep in mind, when you think about the power dynamics, I want us to give Young Miami grace I mean, we could talk that talk here, but I know there will be people that will go to Young Miami's page and troll her, accuse her of Diddy's deeds. We don't know, but this is the second lawsuit that I can recall. I know she was named in the Little Rod lawsuit, but this is the newest lawsuit that came out today, mentions Young Miami. All right. That's not the only thing that we have to talk about, because since I did that video earlier today, a male S worker, according to TMZ, has handed over a video of one of the freak offs. Has handed a video of one of the freak offs. I was like, what? How did I miss this? You guys are always forwarding me everything else. And then I was like, wait a minute. Okay, so before we get to any of that, you know, we did a video talking about Albie Shore. All right, Albie Shore came out and told us that that book, Kim's Lost Words, he says there's no truth to it. It's fake. But I told you I wasn't sure about it either, because when it came out, they said they couldn't verify how this was Kim Porter's words. Since then, a lot of you have been returning the book. That was a question I asked Stephanie in my collaboration with her. That will come out tomorrow. There was Albie Shore, who came out and slammed the book. Kim Porter's own kids said that the book was fake. But one of the questions that I asked Stephanie, I was like, do you think that they will sue? You'll hear her response tomorrow. Well, we found Rahina, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, Rahina. Rahina says, hi, Kempire. Sorry, I have been MIA. I'm glad to catch this live. I'm making my parents listen. Rahina, it's okay. I understand you guys have lives. Okay. You can't watch all my content all the time, but I appreciate it. So before we get into all of the other stuff, I do want to talk about Albie Shore. So Albie Shore apparently has sent a cease and desist, y'all. He has sent a cease and desist. So let me just read to you. This is coming from a journalist on Twitter, Cheyenne Roundtree. So she retweets an older tweet that she had posted in regards to this alleged memoir, which we now have found to be not credible. This is coming from the family. This is coming from Albie Shore. Albie Shore says that this memoir was put out to distract from other people that might have been involved here. Okay. So Cheyenne Roundtree on Twitter, a journalist, says this. New. A lawyer for Albie Shore has sent a cease and desist letter to Amazon and the author behind the, quote, fake Kim Porter memoir, demanding for them to stop the book sales. Well, Amazon's probably ready to stop the book sales because everyone has been returning it. Everyone has been returning it. But I'm not surprised that this author who put this book out before, well, he put this book out September 7th or something like that. Do I believe that there is a Kim Porter memoir, or at least a journal of her documenting things? I do. Do I believe this is it? I believe if this is it, I believe it was altered. But again, they have not been able to verify that this is it. The family is denying it. They also deny that there's foul play in her passing. So I don't know about all that, but we have our suspicions. Natalie says, "What is a freak off?" Natalie, where have you been? Like, if we have to explain what a freak off is to Natalie right now, Natalie, you need to go back and watch all the videos that we've done on Diddy since Cassie filed her lawsuit. That will explain to you what a freak off is, but use your imagination. I said, what in the 1990s is a freak off? This Diddy is such a 90s person, a 90s head. Freak offs. Anyways, I will say this though. So that is the update. So apparently Albie Shore has sent a cease and desist to Amazon and the publisher of this Kim Porter Lost Words. They're saying that it's fake. There's no credibility to it. And I don't blame him. And I wouldn't be surprised if the family or her estate will be sending one as well. All right. So that was that. Let's talk about this lawsuit. So there was a second lawsuit this week alone. So there was a lawsuit from Thalia Graves that was filed by Gloria Allred. As you know, she's always really behind a lot of these lawsuits. So this lawsuit was filed. And in this lawsuit, the woman did not want her name to be out there. She accused Diddy of lacing some of the things that she ingested with things that would alter her mind. I have to use creative words because I don't know what YouTube is going to trigger. So you can imagine, you've seen all the things that Diddy has been accused of already, right? So she's accusing him of that and more in that lawsuit. All right. So the woman filed, shout out to our friends over at the Jasmine brand. They summarize this perfectly. A woman filed a suit on Friday under the name Jane Doe. She claims Diddy, as I mentioned before, did things to her, along with SAing her, altered her mind state with things. She said for over 4 years. Jane Doe also says that she became pregnant during one of her encounters before suffering a miscarriage. At the time of her pregnancy, Diddy was dating Young Miami, who Jane Doe says harassed her about getting a termination of this pregnancy. In the actual court documents, it says Carisha Brownlee, which is AKA Young Miami, defendant Combs' associate, not girlfriend, associate, harassed Jane Doe by repeatedly calling her and telling Jane Doe to have this termination of her pregnancy. And this is according to the complaint. I changed up some of the words. I'll just point that out. So that is what Young Miami is accused of. A lot of people are trying to connect the dots. Some people think they know who Jane Doe is. We're not going to speculate on that because clearly she wanted to remain anonymous in this lawsuit. What she did say in this lawsuit, though, is, because I know some people are already, trying to discredit her. She did say in this lawsuit is that she felt like Diddy was harassing her all the time. He would send his people to show up at her home, basically saying Diddy wants you to come there now. All right. So, because I've seen people say things like, why would you keep going for 4 years if he did this and that to you? We're talking about someone that wielded a lot of power, that would show up, that had people showing up, following you. I know a lot of you are asking who this lawsuit is from. When someone puts in the lawsuit that they want to be referred to as Jane Doe, I think it's important for us to respect that because we're talking about a possible SA victim. So let's just keep that in mind. I know if you are following pop culture, then you probably kind of like, well, I remember when this public thing happened between Young Miami and this other young woman, but we don't know. In the lawsuit, she's referred to as Jane Doe, and she accuses Young Miami of harassing her. Okay? Harassing her to get this termination of her pregnancy. And for those that are just joining us, one of the things that I also wanted to emphasize is that before you start going to troll Young Miami about this, we have to remember the power dynamics that were in place here. We don't know if Young Miami was just a victim that was following what she was told to do. And who knows what Diddy had on her and why she would do those things. Let's give some of the folks that were in these positions a little grace until charges are filed. And I don't know if charges will be filed because remember, all of these federal charges that Diddy is facing, I believe, were sparked by the Cassie lawsuit. So I wouldn't be shocked if this new lawsuit sparks charges for other people that are named. And this is the second time that Young Miami that I can recall that she's named in a lawsuit. The last one was the Lil Rod lawsuit. Okay. Side note, in regards to another Diddy update, it seems that I thought this Diddy documentary that 50 Cent was working on was already done. Apparently, they're getting the ball rolling. They're getting the ball rolling on this documentary. I'm like, are y'all not done? I thought y'all were done. DeWitt, thank you so much for the super chat. DeWitt says the night Puff tried to off me my memoir. Huh? I don't understand. DeWitt Gilmore. I don't understand. Is that your memoir? Look. All right. Guys, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to subscribe. It is a subscribers only live chat. This is our very impromptu, informal lives. Yes, we do our normal lives in the studio and things like that. But I literally was having dinner and I was like, wait a minute. How did I miss this story? How did I miss this? So there were some Diddy updates that I needed to give you guys. I will be dropping a video with attorney Stephanie St. Aubin tomorrow here on our YouTube channel and on the Kempire podcast. So subscribe to both. You never know where I'm going to drop it first. I might drop the audio first tonight if I get to it, if I get it done tonight. So make sure you subscribe to the Kempire podcast. All right. And side note, if you live in Los Angeles or will be in Los Angeles or you live on the West Coast, you want to see the Kempire After Dark live experience, then make sure you get your tickets. Tickets are available now. I will be at the Bourbon Room on November 20th. Ticket information is available in the description. I'm sure the Diddy of it all will be playing out around then still. So you know we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about everything in pop culture and everything in regards to what's going on Housewives and Big Brother. Well, by then Big Brother will be over. So tickets are available for the Kempire After Dark live experience in the description. All right, let's move on to the next story, the biggest part of the story. So TMZ posted just maybe, when did they post this? A couple of hours ago, like 3 hours. How did I miss this, TMZ? Why are my notifications not on? So we discussed the new lawsuit that Diddy's facing, the new civil lawsuit. We're not talking about the federal situation that he's in, okay? We're talking about the civil lawsuit. So now, apparently, in regards to the federal lawsuit, they're saying that a male S worker has reached out to the feds and is handing over video footage. I don't know if they did, if they need any more video footage, because apparently they were able to confiscate video footage. Sidebar. I saw yesterday, I mean, look, I see all the conspiracy theories and things like that, but I did see a credible source post yesterday that there are tunnels under Diddy's LA home, which is chilling when you see, I don't know if this is the actual picture, but I did see a picture and I was like, that's pretty chilling to know that first of all, to know what he's been accused of in regards to these freak offs, and then to know that you have tunnels beneath your LA home. Look, that's tunnels leading to where, I do not know. The rumor is that it leads to the old Hugh Hefner home. Tunnels. Yes, the Playboy Mansion. That is the word on the street. The other word on the street, the other part of the story, there now that I see some of the blogs are reporting, okay, some of the blogs are reporting some underage activity. Some underage activity. Questionable. All right, let me get into this new update. For those that are just joining us, we're giving you your Diddy update. If you missed any of it, be sure to check that out. So this is what TMZ, and this is TMZ's exclusive. They said that Diddy's grand jury is still looking into allegations against him, hearing from at least one S worker about their alleged relationship with the mogul, and it's possible could lead to new charges. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ the grand jury is absolutely still convened, and that this week it heard testimony from a male S worker who said he interacted with Diddy in the past. TMZ's told the testimony covered Diddy's alleged outreach to S workers and his willingness to participate in freak-offs. Our sources say the grand jury testimony is also focused on travel. including whether Diddy had ever transported S workers across state lines into another into another country. Thank you, Judy, for Julie for the super chat. Julie says, "Wonder if the S workers videotape has anyone famous on it. I'm sure people are nervous. Thank you for all that you do for us." That is the question. That is what people are waiting to hear. The feds already said that they have confiscated a lot of video footage. They've reviewed this video footage. I'm sure that they probably reached out to some of the people that they were able to identify in some of this video footage. And it's also not lost on me that Diddy, at the day that Diddy was arrested, multiple CEOs resigned. Hold on, let me play. Look, I saved the clip from this morning because I had lost the one that I wanted, and then I found this video. Hold on, I want to play it for you guys. Hold on. This is it. Hold on.
Week of Diddy's arrest.
Hold on.
Wait, is it just a coincidence that within a week of Diddy's arrest, a significant number of CEOs from Fortune 100 companies are stepping down in record numbers? While it may not be directly connected to Diddy's situation, it's hard not to notice. Even Meek Mill, once Diddy's protege, raised the question by posting, "Why are all the CEOs stepping down?" Among those who have reportedly resigned are key figures like Randy Nashville, head of Sony Music, and Kaz Kobayashi, head of Warner Music Japan. Kevin Lyles, CEO of 300 Entertainment, has also stepped down, along with high-profile names like Starbucks, CEO Laxman Narasimhan, Boeing's Dave Calhoun, Paramount Global's Bob Bakish, Hertz's Stephen Scher, Nike's John Donahoe, and Matteo Fantacchiotti of Kempire. Whether this is just a strange coincidence or something more, only time will tell. For now, it feels like we're watching a drama unfold. Just like Cat Williams said, we're all here for the show.
That is a lot of CEOs stepping down at the same time. I don't know what that means. However, in order for Diddy to get away with what he's been gotten away with, I've said this before, I'll say it again, he had to have more than just music entertainment connections. He had to have connections that went far and deep. Apologies. And I wouldn't be surprised, based on what we found out about what Mayor Eric Adams was doing with foreign nationals, I wouldn't be surprised if he was wheeling and dealing stuff with Diddy. He did give him the key to the city a couple of years ago. Just saying. Back to this in regards to TMZ and the S worker that's working with the feds, that has been in communication with the feds this week. So according to TMZ, they said they also asked about alleged payments made to the S worker, specifically whether any such payments were made in cash or via wire transfer. We've heard from multiple sources the reason the grand jury is still meeting is because prosecutors might seek to bring additional charges in a superseding indictment against Diddy. Like, this is insane. Like, he could, if you remember the press conference, they literally said that they're still wanting people to reach out to them. Okay. So apparently people have been. Now, a source close to Diddy tells TMZ, his attorney, he's focused on the facts and preparing his defense. He maintains his innocence of these charges. S workers have apparently piqued the Fed's interest in recent days. As TMZ told you, a different male S worker spoke to federal investigators earlier this week, detailing an alleged an encounter with Diddy and another woman and handing over an alleged S tape to the feds. So they write, we knew U.S. Attorney Damian Williams was still looking into Diddy's case to potentially add charges. Remember, when announcing the indictment against Diddy, Williams was asked if more charges could be brought related to the case, and he said he wasn't taking anything off the table. Damian Williams, the U.S. attorney, was also the U.S. attorney handling the Eric Adams situation. Rahina, thank you for the super chat. Is this live going to be available later on? Yes, it will be, I think. look, I think. No, more than likely it will be. Yes, the key was recently returned by Diddy to Eric Adams. Now we want to take the key from Eric Adams. Okay. So recently, a male S worker has been in communication this week, has been in communication with the SDNY. Okay. And allegedly handed over an S tape to the SDNY. How did he have one? Who knows? Who knows? So the SDNY could possibly, the Southern District of New York, the feds could possibly bring more charges against Diddy, especially with more information coming in. He could be facing more charges. I know some of you are probably speculating, well, maybe he'll take a plea deal. I don't think a plea deal is an option for Diddy at this point. I don't think it is, unless he has a bigger fish to give them. I don't think so. I mean, he cannot get out of this without serving time. As you know, Diddy already pled not guilty to S trafficking, kidnapping, and racketeering charges, and he's currently being held without bail at the notorious Metropolitan Detention Center. It's a New York City jail. TMZ continues, he says, we get into all of this and more in our new documentary, The Downfall of Diddy, The Indictment, where you can also see Diddy's attorney. I talk about that at length with Stephanie St. Alban. That special episode that we worked on will be out here on YouTube tomorrow, but I probably will drop the audio on my podcast. So make sure you subscribe. So if you can't wait, you want to hear a legal perspective on the Diddy of it all, on Eric Adams, and more. We even talked about Naomi Campbell and what she could be facing legally as well. Apparently, TMZ says the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York declined to comment for their story. It's just, look, I'm not surprised that it's getting any worse for Diddy, because all of this information has been in front of our faces for a very long time. And again, it took Cassie to really detail it. And honestly, he probably could have prevented all of this. He probably could have continued to be the diddler behind the scenes for a few more years. But Cassie literally detailed everything. And I think he called her bluff, and he didn't think that she would do it. And she released it. And even though they settled it, all that information was out there already. The Clive Davis of it all. Well, Clive Davis was recently asked about Diddy. He was just like, oh, who? You know, he's 90-something years old, so he wanted to use that to his benefit. Right? Look, right? All right. Was there anything else that I wanted to update you guys on in regards to this? Feel free to ask your questions. For those that are just joining us, I went already through. I'll Be Sure has sent a cease and desist to Amazon and the publisher of the Kim Lost Words book. Young Miami has been implicated in this new lawsuit from Jane Doe, accusing Young Miami of harassing her to terminate her pregnancy. And this is all in a lawsuit where Diddy's accused of harassing and essaying this woman as well for multiple years. She ended up getting pregnant and ended up having a miscarriage. But before that, Diddy, she alleges that Diddy was harassing her. And now we just went through what we found out from TMZ exclusively is that a male S worker has turned over an alleged S tape that implicates Diddy and maybe other people. We're not sure. We're not sure. All right, I'm gonna give you guys an opportunity to ask any questions in regards to this. I'm gonna see what you guys are saying. I'm gonna try and keep my phone here so I can actually see them. I can see them, but it's still like little.
Is it just
Hold on. Okay, let me open this. There we go. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying in the comment section. Don't forget, guys, to like the video. We have over 2,000 of you here watching this. If you're part of the replay, be sure to let us know your thoughts and reactions to this story. And thank you guys so much for the super chats. I appreciate the support. Queendom says, I'll be sure is pissed, and I would be too. I mean, yeah, because he's also mentioned it in the lawsuit. I'm not in the lawsuit, in the book. And he's like, what was said in that is not even true. Okay. Tarika says, I don't feel bad for Carisha. She has kids. She has a daughter. She's low down for agreeing to do this. In an interview, she called herself a hua. I don't feel bad for her. Aisha says, check TMZ. Is there another update? Let me. Is it the story that I just reported on? I don't see anything on TMZ in regards to this. The last story I see that they posted was Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker. Baby Rocky's on tour with us. Queendom says, I feel bad for her because she's my birthday twin in regards to Carisha. Daniel says that Diddy is a big liar. Julio says that where is a reporter is cooperating with the authorities? Can you confirm this? I don't understand the comment. Dulce says, in regards to the memoir, I have a question. You said because the family says it's false, it is. They're going to defend him no matter what. They won't admit the book. I will say this. It's not just because the family is saying that it's false. They've come out and said that it's false. Albie Shore has come out and said that it's false. But also, even before they were saying it was false, I said, I don't know if this is credible because when the Daily Mail reported on it, they said in the article, okay, they said in the article that they couldn't verify the legitimacy of this. And based off what the publisher was, how they were trying to confirm that this book, they said they really couldn't confirm, but the person that gave them the book is credible. And now since then, they've been backtracking. You said on their Instagram? Let me see. Let's see. TMZ. Let's see. No. Hold on, y'all. Accounts. There we go. Oh, here we go. All right. How come this is not on their website, though? That's weird. Okay, law firm repping more than 50 alleged victims in lawsuit against Diddy. They just posted this. Oh, wait. Maybe if I refresh. Let's see. I don't know why it's not coming up here, but I'll read it from here. Thank you for the breaking news, guys. Hold on one second. Let me go back. Let me go to their profile link. Okay, there we go. This is how we'll get the story this way. I don't know why it wasn't coming up on their website. All right, so we have some breaking news. So according to this law firm, they're repping more than 50 alleged Diddy victims of the diddler. So a Houston-based law firm is representing more than 50 alleged victims who say they face SA and abuse from Diddy and his associates, and they're predicting the group will keep growing as the case progresses. Oof. You have to also keep in mind the SDNY blatantly says in their indictment of Diddy that he continued with this behavior well into this year. So the article continues. Attorney Tony Busby. I know that name. We've heard Tony Busby before. Okay. I know that name. So attorney Tony Busby made some serious allegations on his firm's IG, saying the group of men and women who came forward have gut-wrenching stories about what went down at Diddy's alleged freak-off parties. He detailed the alleged mind-boggling violations against them as debauchery and depravity, exacted by powerful people. Sidebar, one of the other stories I forgot to mention to you guys, Superhead, Corinne Steffens, she talked about how a big-time music executive basically gifted her to Diddy. She's not saying that she's a victim, but it sounds like you might have been a victim, Corinne Steffens. But she says that she was gifted by this other music executive to Diddy years ago. Okay. So the Busby claims some of the accusers were minors when the alleged incidents occurred and mentioned plans for a press conference where the individuals can share their stories. While he has not yet filed, Busby says he intends to file a class action lawsuit on behalf of the victims early next week. If you're just joining us, guys, we have some breaking news in regards to the diddler. So apparently this Houston-based law firm headed by Tony Busby. He's claiming that he has more than 50 alleged Diddy victims, and some people that are part of this list were minors when the abuse occurred. Okay. To be clear, there's no known evidence supporting Busby's allegations. Some of the victims were minors, nor have any previous lawsuits or even the federal indictment alleged that. TMZ reached out to Diddy's camp for comment, but they have not heard back yet. As TMZ reported, Diddy's alleged freak-off parties are at the heart of the federal indictment for trafficking, kidnapping, and racketeering. And of course, they promote their Tubi documentary. So if you're just joining us, we just had some breaking news that apparently this Houston law firm is claiming that they have over 50 victims, claiming that they are victims to Diddy, and some claim that they were minors at the time of this abuse. Natia wants to hear from Farnsworth Bentley. Everyone wants to hear from Farnsworth Bentley. He's living his best life. He's got his, home and his wife and kids. He's not trying to be involved in any of this. Yeah, he's not trying to be involved. And honestly, if he's a victim, we shouldn't force him to come forward. People will come forward when they feel ready to. And maybe he has, and we just don't know. Maybe he has, and we just don't know. Tisha's, I hope his team has their phone off at this point. I mean, what can you say at this particular point? So apparently there's another lawsuit brewing for next week. Another lawsuit for Diddy with 50 plus victims. Some might have been minors at the time. Kat says J-Lo might talk. I don't think so. I think J-Lo doesn't want anything to do with this situation. I don't think she wants to have anything to do with this situation. All right. Auntie Eva says Farnsworth may have testified to the grand jury. Very possible. Very possible. Kiara said, let me read from here because I'm like straining to read from there. But thank you guys for letting me know about the breaking news. Have you heard about Bieber cooperating? We don't know for sure. If Justin Bieber is cooperating, he probably wants to remain anonymous, because if he comes out publicly and says anything, it's going to be incredibly huge. And first of all, based off of what we've seen of Bieber, he's definitely traumatized what he's experienced. So I wouldn't even encourage him to come forward. Stevie J, I don't know what he's thinking. Okay. Aisha says they need to reopen the Shine case. Well, they probably just need to reinvestigate. That woman has been telling her story for years, and she's remained consistent. When she I believe it was on The Art of Dialogue. Yes, when they interviewed her, she retells the story in a way that's like, wow. Let me see what you guys are saying. Julie says Bieber is definitely traumatized. I'm trying to see all of your comments, y'all, but these aren't matching up. So I'm sort of like, I don't know if this is behind or what. Oh, wait a second. Kempire, Jennifer Graziano, Renee Graziano's sister, took part in those Diddy parties and bragged about it on her Insta post. Here's the thing, y'all, because y'all know I don't benefit from any of defending any of these people. However, just because people went to a Diddy party doesn't mean that they participated in any of this depravity. Keep that in mind. Because I saw people talking, posting the Aretha Franklin at one of the parties, and I was like, really? Let that woman rest in peace. Just because people went, because remember, a lot of these folks that go to these parties, yes, some of them want to be famous and maybe got caught up in some of this stuff. However, a lot of these people just want to go to the party to say, I've been to the party. They want to be able to network, meet somebody within the industry, or just to be like, yeah, I've been to a Diddy party. Now people are like, yeah, I went to a Diddy party. Keep that in mind. Not everybody that went to a Diddy party was getting into the freak offs of it all. And no, I've never been to a Diddy party, and no, I never wanted to go to a Diddy party just because I'm not a partier like that. Just saying. Happy Me, thank you so much for the super chat. Happy Me says, "Hey Kempire, new fan, absolutely love." Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Guys, you can also support just by liking the video. We are doing an impromptu live just to update you. There was so many new updates since my video this morning talking about this new lawsuit. I said, let me just come on here informally from my kitchen and give you the update. We had so many stories just from this live. We talked about the male S worker turning over one of the freak offs tapes to the feds. Young Miami was mentioned in this new lawsuit accusing her of harassing Jane Doe to get a termination of her pregnancy. Albie Shore sent a cease and desist to the publisher of this alleged Kim Porter book. And then we heard that this Houston-based law firm is apparently getting ready for a lawsuit with 50 Diddy victims, allegedly. And some apparently were minors when they were victimized. Again, TMZ reminds us that we have not been able to confirm that that is actually true. But I guess we'll have to wait and see when they file the lawsuit. And then we'll have to bring Stephanie St. Aubin from Allegedly Stephanie back here to break it down. I did do a collab with her today. I probably will be posting after this live the audio on the Kempire podcast. So if you can't wait till tomorrow to see the video version, make sure you're subscribed to the Kempire podcast. Make sure you're subscribed. And then I need to also upload some of the other Diddy updates, like I did the other day. Hold on, let me see if I can keep up with the comments here. Oh, I know why. This is probably a little bit behind. Let me see. Let me see if I can get me back to up to date. Okay. Juju says, don't you think they could validate the book by asking the individuals in the book if certain things were said and done? Well, one person that's mentioned in the book, Albie Shore, says it's not true. He said it's fake. And he also sent a cease and desist to Amazon and the publisher. Hey, Tish. Tish says, Denzel said you had to leave the parties before the devil gets there. Is Diddy the devil? That's how I've been referring to him. I've been referring, instead of using the word devil now, I use Diddy with that same. Daisy says, where's Loon? Didn't Loon pass away? Wait, no. That was someone else, right? Please correct me. Look, I can't remember now. Patricia says Diddy is the devil incarnate. Yes, Loon is Muslim, but wait, who passed away recently? There was one of the bad boy rappers that passed away. Black Rob passed away. Thank you. I was like, wait a minute. I know there was a rapper that recently passed away from Diddy. It's Cam. Black. Thank you guys. Yeah, Black Rob passed away. Loon has now become Muslim. I don't know. This has opened up a can of worms. Hold on. Hey, Sharon. Kempire, you had a Diddy victim in the chat. Look, if you're a victim, being in the chat is not the place to be. Maybe sending an email to our business email, because we also have to verify stories, because anybody can come up on here and be like, oh, this happened to me. We have to verify all that stuff. It just being me, Spark says, who's Loon? Loon was a rapper that was signed to Bad Boy at one particular point. Craig Mack passed away too. Years ago though, right? How long ago was that? Exactly. Yolissa said, or call the number they said to call. Thank you, Yolissa. Thank you. All of these recounts from the victims remind me of Stevie J always talking about these foggy nights that he liked to bring up on Love and Hip Hop. I know Stevie J knows some stuff, but remember, Stevie J has been riding with Diddy. There was a particular point when Diddy and Stevie J weren't riding together like that. It was like in recent years, they sort of reconnected. Wendigo, thank you so much for the super chat. We need to hear from D. Farnsworth Bentley. I'm never going to tell people that were potentially victims to say that we need to hear from them. If they need to speak to anybody, is the feds or a good therapist. All right. Guys, we have over 2,000 people in the room. Can we get to 700 likes? Liking the video is an easy and free way of supporting. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. We've been keeping you up to date on all of the Diddler stuff, but not just Diddler stuff we talk about here. We talk about everything in pop culture. We were also covering Mayor Eric Adams. He's been indicted. I went through the indictment with Stephanie in my collaboration with her. Stay tuned for that. She breaks down all of what he's being accused of. He's trying to get this case dismissed by Wednesday, Eric Adams. And they allowed him to keep his passport, which is highly unusual, especially because this man is accused of interacting with foreign nationals. Why did he get to keep? I don't understand. I guess maybe he's not a flight risk. Definitely not like Diddy. But they're accusing him of fraudulent behavior, Eric Adams, since 2014 when he was borough president of Brooklyn. You know? That's a greasy man, but no one here in New York actually likes him. So. Someone says, have you been to an Andy Cohen party? Nope. Look, nope. I did see, I think it was Perez Hilton. He alluded, but he didn't give any details. He's like, why isn't anyone talking about the Elon Musk parties? I was like, I didn't know Elon had a party. Elon seems like he's like a wet rag. So, see, at this particular point, no one should have a party. Just saying. All right. It's 9:20 p.m. Eastern here in New York City. Last minute questions. Patricia says, Kemp, we need your sound effects. That's in the studio. I wouldn't be live right now if I was in the studio because I was like, I can't be in the studio right now. I need to do an impromptu. I don't need this to be official. Not a musky party. No. Last minute questions that you guys want to ask in regards to this Diddy situation, Eric Adams situation. Lou Taylor and Kardashian, please, Kempire. What do you mean, Tanisha? I know you guys keep mentioning Lou Taylor. I got to start Googling schmoogling on her. French Life says, woo, 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 Kempire. You know what? Hey, shout out to everyone. Who? Oh my God, I can't speak. If this is your first time here, drop a 1 in the chat. If this is your first time here. Lou Taylor is a rabbit hole. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a whole thing. I gotta, okay. Welcome to the newbies. Do you think Jay-Z will go down? If Jay-Z goes down, I think it's going to be a separate thing. I don't think he's going to go down in this thing. I do find it interesting, though, that last year, or was it this year? I can't remember. No, this year, that he canceled the Rock Nation brunch at the Grammys. I thought that was interesting. Anyone else? Miss Jack of Trade says, Kempire, did you watch Culture Spill FBI statement, Diddy, and the breakdown of how blackmail started in the music industry? No, I have not seen that. Yes, Yesel says, did you talk about the Naomi situation? Well, I did a separate video on the Naomi Campbell situation, but I did talk about it, the legality of it at length with Stephanie, an attorney. That will be coming out. The audio will come out probably tonight after I get off of here, but the video will premiere tomorrow. So if you want to hear me talk more about the legality of what possibly Naomi could face, be sure to check that out. Mary says, I don't like Jay-Z, but damn. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand why we can't all just be successful without being criminals. Look, why can't we be successful without being criminals? I don't understand. Can someone explain that to me? We can't have success without being criminals. I want to know. I want to know. Hey, WG, welcome to the chat. Replay crew, if you're watching this and you are a first time watcher, be sure to let me know in the live chat as well. Let me know also where you're watching from and your thoughts on anything that we've discussed. We've discussed a lot. We even had breaking news. Apparently, there's 50 plus more victims that a law firm in Houston is representing, and some of these people claim that they had when they had this interaction with Diddy, they were minors. I mean, some people say that Beyonce is a victim. They've been saying that. They're like, look at the age difference between her and Jay-Z when they first met. Thank you, Stevie Mac. Watching you from Melbourne, Australia. What's going on, Australia? Watching from Jamaica, Wagwan. Exactly, Paula. Paula says, how is Eric Adams not a flight risk? And some of the things he's been accused of is dealing with foreign nationals, flying on foreign national airplanes. I don't understand how he was able to walk out of there with his passport today. I guess they don't deem him a flight risk. I mean, I don't see him leaving. He doesn't even want to quit his job. He's trying to get this whole situation dismissed by October 2nd. Sir. Sir. Is Eric tied to Diddy? We don't know for sure, but he was the mayor to give Diddy the key to the city. No other mayor did it before. Just saying. I was actually surprised. I was like, wait, Diddy's just getting the key to the city? And Eric Adams was the one to give it to him, and then he had to give it back after that video footage came out of him harming Cassie. Hey, South Africa. Hey, Karen. Adams is so shady. If you read his indictment, it is quite telling, and it's actually pretty dumb. It tells you a little bit about his intelligence, like the way that he handled the situation and how he was caught. Like, the Southern District of New York, Stephanie will tell you in the collab that we did, if they're coming at you with a case, they've been watching you for years. They've been watching you for years, and they have their proof that they've brought an indictment. Oh wait, I'm missing your comments because some of the comments are moving very fast. French Life said, "Hey, French Life. Hey, Kempire, did Eric Adams' cabinet members get indicted too? I'm hearing 15 people. I need the 411." Oh wait, Monique says, "Hey, Kempire, you should do lives a bit more often. Did you mention Carisha's name in the new lawsuit?" Yes, Monique, we did. You might want to rewind back to see it. I do lives all the time. This week alone, I was live 1, 2, 3. Like, I'm usually live at multiple times during the week. But yeah, I do informal lives once or twice a week. Here, I haven't done one on TikTok and Instagram just yet. I probably will do over the weekend. I plan to do one today, but here we are on YouTube. In regards to Eric Adams and other people indicted, fewer people in his administration were indicted weeks ago. French Life. I don't know if anyone new was indicted. I don't think so. I think he was the most recent, but weeks ago, people within his cabinet, within his administration, were indicted. I don't recall the number, but there were quite a few people. And if you read his indictment, there were a lot of people involved. So, yep. And I'm sure more people might be coming forward. He also says, I sometimes catch your Real Housewives. Yeah, I had 2 live recaps of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and Real Housewives of Orange County today. Tabby says, so many folks jumping ship. I'm like, and it's not even worth it. Some of these people are being paid nothing. He's made all this money. He's flown to here and there. They make nothing. They're not able to fly here and there. And now they could be indicted, ruining their career. Like, this will ruin your future. Was it worth it? for this day. Sorry. Sorry. Nana says, in the words of Chris Rock, I could be mayor. I heard TD Jakes stop. Wait, hold on. I heard TD Jakes step down. Don't know if it's true. No, that would be breaking news. That'd be breaking news if he stepped down. Nope, I haven't seen anything in regards to TD Jakes stepping down, but we shall see. Oh my goodness, Carl Winslow was stopped by TMZ because you remember there was a story someone put out there in a podcast basically saying that they saw Carl Winslow getting his back broke by Diddy. So they stopped this man, paparazzi, and asked him about it. He was like, I don't know nothing about that. And I believe the poor man. Leave that man alone. The disrespect. The disrespect. Kathy says that Cat Williams named TD Jakes. I mean, TD Jakes has had some smoke around him outside of the Diddy stuff with his daughter situation. Look. So it's a TMZ loves doing too much. I mean, they got a Tubi documentary. I was in the first one, The Downfall of Diddy, for 5 seconds. They got a new one, The Indictment, that includes Diddy's attorney. I talk about that as well at length with Stephanie. And like, is this smart? Could he potentially lose his job? Suge Knight named TD Jakes not by name, but said the big booty I gotta read y'all stuff in my head first. Not the big booty preacher. Y'all need to put some respect on these men of gold. Thank you, Foxy, for reminding everybody again. Who will be in Los Angeles? Who's coming to my Los Angeles show on November 20th? It's going to be a fun show. Yes, we're going to talk about the Diddler, but we're going to talk about a lot of fun stuff too. And look, it's always current. I can't even tell you what I'm going to talk about now because a lot can happen that week. And I'm like, all of what I wanted to talk about, I can't talk about. And of course, Real Housewives of Potomac will be back. Roni will be on. Salt Lake City will be on. Orange County will be finishing up. Maybe we'll know some more stuff about Atlanta. All right, IG Blaze. I'm like testing my eyesight right now. Says that they're coming. So if you're in California, I don't care what part of California, come to Los Angeles November 20th. All right, come to Los Angeles November 20th. Thank you guys so much for the compliments on my skin. You know what I did last week? You probably saw it on some of my videos. I was really like, it looked red because I had done the micro needling. I always go for like my facial and stuff like that at least once a month. So I had done that. So now this is the new result. Just saying. Rachel says, do you plan on coming to Chicago? Look, I would love to come to some of the cities that you guys have mentioned. I want to come to Chicago. I love Chicago. I want to come to Houston. I want to come to Miami. I want to come to Seattle. So it's just figuring these details out with venues and things like that, especially over the summer, was hard. So it's just hard to do it. So that's why I say, if you're on the West Coast and you really want to come see this will definitely probably be the last show that we do for 2024. But I'll definitely try and do other shows. We probably will do another show in New York. So if you want to take a trip to New York, just saying. But I would definitely love to come to Chicago, just not this winter. Just not this winter. Lisa says Tampa. We were talking about Tampa too. Oh, wait a second. Julie says Costco putting out a statement, i.e. baby oil. Yeah, they had to weigh in on the baby oil of it all because of Diddy's attorney mentioning Costco. They're like, yeah, we do not supply a bulk of baby oil. Monique says, how about upstate New York? Really, Monique? You could easily get on the Amtrak and come to New York City. Why do I have to get on the train to come up to you? Huh? Just saying. Come to St. Louis in the spring. I'd like to come to spring, summer, fall. Exactly. Costco's like, how we get in this? Like, how we get in this? Do you think that Wendy's downfall was a setup because she spoke too much? That's a really great question. And when they say Wendy, they mean Wendy Williams. I don't know. Ask Ray J. I'm just saying, like, look, ask Ray J. But I've thought that. I've definitely thought that. Dulce, thank you so much for the super chat. I just noticed J-Lo limited her Instagram comments. Well, remember, she's going through her divorce situation, too. But I'm sure people are asking her about Diddy as well. I mean, I did have that thought about Wendy Williams because yes, she has a vice. Did they play into that vice? Did they coax that into her? Like, I don't know. And then it got out of control. Can't be bothered, says Wendy said herself. It's sad because right now she would be killing it right now. It's just not Brandy's brother. You need to keep quiet. Kemp, I need to catch up on your Diddy. I know there was a lot of Diddy videos this week, last week, but we did do a special podcast episode for last week's videos. So if you just want one place to go, we did do one on the podcast. I'm going to try this weekend to do another one for this week's videos for the podcast. So if you're not who subscribed to the podcast, let me know in the chat. Let me see what you guys are saying because it's hard to read from there. Kardashians or Jenners involved? Oh, I don't know about that. People accused them of being involved before, but who knows? Who knows? Barbara says, "Okay, Kempire. Wait, Kempire looking good. Laughing out. Can we be successful without being criminal? I love. I mean, and I think we can. I think I'm successful. I'm not criminal. look, I'm not a criminal. Just saying." All right, so thank you so much to the subscribers. Who's subscribing now? Go on Apple, go on Spotify, subscribe. Okay. Is it true Karen will not be on RHOP this coming season? Bethlehem, who told you that? Did you not see the trailer? Did you not see me talk about the trailer? Kai says, when are they coming for J-Lo? I don't think they are going to come for J-Lo. Thank you, Gwen. Gwen says, I'm subscribed to all your platforms. I appreciate that. Can you tell these folks to do the same, that not everything is the same on all those platforms? I'm going to go live on TikTok probably tomorrow. I was going to go live tonight, but you never know. I might. Maybe I'll go live at 11. I got to kind of settle down. No, I can't. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll go live on Instagram and TikTok tomorrow during the day. Because tonight I want to work on that Stephanie video. Subscribe to the podcast on Spotify. Thank you so much, Neek. Don't forget to rate us on Spotify too, because we haven't hit over 500 reviews there yet. I'm gonna start doing things exclusively on the podcast, so y'all go there. I did that this week too. I posted our Real Housewives of Salt Lake City recap the night before it aired. I'm trying to read the comments and I'm like, I can't see. Thank you so much, Fun Food Freebies. Are you on Amazon Music? I should be, Sarah. I believe I'm on all podcast platforms. So they're advertising on my podcast, Amazon Music, in regards to if you have Prime, you can hear it commercial free. Oh yeah, iHeartRadio has us too. I'm on all those platforms, y'all. And I'm hoping, depending on a change that I might be making, I'm hoping to stream from the podcast. That would be really cool. Like how we're streaming right now, but it'd be on the podcast. It'll almost be like radio. So it's the podcast YouTube channel and the podcast apps. So I don't understand your question. So we have the YouTube channel, and yes, we sometimes repurpose some of what we do here on the podcast. But like yesterday, I did our Real Housewives of Salt Lake City recap. But at the end, I added my review of the Maxwell concert that happened in Brooklyn. So, and then sometimes I'll do separate special episodes, like the Kempire After Dark New York City show is available there. You can listen to it there. If you're a member, you can watch it on our YouTube channel. Shout out to our senior royals. You have forever access. By the way, Diddy ain't vegetarian. Sarah think I can tell who Sarah just watched my video talking about Diddy. She said, and by the way, Diddy ain't vegetarian. Because we were reading through the menu at the detention center, and they had vegetarian options. I was like, look at them being mindful, cutesy, and demure. Maxwell has grown man weight. Not really. He looks like he was the same size. Literally, he was like 100 feet away from me. Britt says, love you, Kemp. Got a sub for free, though. What do you mean sub? Britt, it is free. What do you mean? Oh, you mean here to subscribe? You don't have to subscribe there. If you want to hear the podcast, the live show, you can hear it on my podcast. Can't be about to stop body shaming. He looked the same to me. He looked great. I was looking at Maxwell like, kind of fine. look, kind of fine. So was October London. I was like, kind of fine. You can hear more of my thoughts on Maxwell in that show on the podcast. Yeah, he looks great. He sounded great. Shout out to Maxwell. Could get it. Suge Knight said that Diddy should eat kosher. I'm not taking advice from Suge Knight, but Suge Knight is doing interviews from jail. This is the most I've heard from Suge Knight. I saw Jasmine Sullivan during her hotels tour. So good. Oh, I should have seen her for that. Oh, you were at the Gumbo was at the Maxwell concert too? I saw a few subscribers at the Maxwell concert. I was like, hey, yes, I'm outside. Look, I'm outside. Yeah, October London does sound like not Maxwell, Marvin Gaye. He's a great voice. He was great live too. All right. I'm only going to answer two more questions. And if there are no questions, I'm going to go. I got to work on that podcast episode that I did with Stephanie St. Alban, breaking down the Naomi Campbell stuff, the Diddy legal stuff, and the Eric Adams stuff. So subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast platform, and you'll be able to hear that probably tonight. And then the video will come out tomorrow. Where's Ava? Who's Ava? Look, who's Ava? Good night, Patricia. Did you hear about the cheesecake of it all on making a band being for Beyonce? I did. And then people were mad at Beyonce. I'm like, why are you mad at Beyonce? He basically was like, they got the cheesecake. He was like, Beyonce, give it to Beyonce. Can we talk about Miami? What about Miami? They just started filming. Oh, wait, Young Miami, you mean? We did talk about Young Miami. She's implicated in this new lawsuit from Jane Doe. Estes says, Kempire, do you recap Vanderpump Rules? I did. The last couple of seasons, I recapped Vanderpump Rules. I don't know if I'll be recapping it next season. Nicole says, do you think that Jay-Z's next? A lot of people are predicting that. Both regular folks, also, psychics are predicting that. All Things Planned says, we just finished talking about Diddy. Yes, Dasha, watch the replay. We covered a lot, and we had some breaking news. Esther says that Sloan Bella says that Jay-Z and B are next. Miss Fraser, good question. Thoughts on Julie Chrisley's sentence being upheld? Because they were going to recalculate Julie Chrisley's her sentence, and basically they upheld it. So she probably had a little bit of hope, like, oh my gosh, I could probably get out of jail for time served. And they were like, nope, sounds about right. They calculated this right. This was calculated correctly. Oh, look, I don't feel bad for these people at all. And their daughter, I get it, she's fighting for them, but girl, some of the things that she said as well, like, you have no self-awareness at all. No self-awareness. Not Yo Gotti is on the run, supposedly. Is that true? Y'all come in here just saying anything. Sharon says J-Lo ain't said nothing. What about Tia and Tamara? I'm looking forward to watching the reality show, but Tia was backpedaling on the comment that she made that her and Tamara are not close. But all the signs were there that they're not close. Russell Simmons is on the run. It makes you wonder what else. I mean, he was accused of a lot of different things before he ran off to Bali. The judge said a whole lot before she was resentenced. I've been so caught up with all the other legal stuff between Eric Adams and the Diddler. I saw that story, but I didn't report on it. And I've been reporting on the Chrisleys and things like that. But if I don't have the time, I just can't. This is why I love these informal lives. This is how I'm able to talk about it here. What about the book on Amazon? We talked about that too. Albie Shore sent a cease and desist to the publisher and to Amazon. We talked about that as well. For those that are just joining us, don't forget to like the video, guys. Let's get to 900 likes, and then I'm getting off of here. If you're part of the replay crew, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to check out the description for more details on how you can get a cameo from me. But also, if you're in Los Angeles or will be in Los Angeles November 20th, come see the Kempire After Dark tour. Do you think Rev Run will fall into any of the... Oh my God, I hope not. Oh my God, why would you say that? It's not like, oh, I'm a Rev Run stan or something, but I was just like, I didn't... No. Thank you so much. What is that? Dark and Lovely? There we go. Do you think everyone keeps asking about Lorianne? I don't know. Here's the thing, guys. We have to remember there are people speaking to the feds, but they're probably speaking to them anonymously because they are fearful. So let's not be we can talk about it here. Don't get me wrong. We could talk about it here, but please do not go in their comment section asking, so what you think about Diddy? Because again, we don't know who are victims versus accomplices. Ashton Kutcher. Well, we all been giving Ashton Kutcher the side eye since he wrote Danny Masterson a character letter. And you know what Danny Masterson was accused of and now is serving time for. But then we went down a whole rabbit hole for that. Why would he write Danny Masterson a character letter? What does Danny Masterson have on Ashton Kutcher? But Ashton Kutcher and Diddy used to be tight. Leonardo DiCaprio too. But again, like I said, just because people went to these parties doesn't mean, but I don't know about those two. Those two, I don't know about. I also want to know where the hell those damn tunnels go to. I mean, I know where it goes to, but I want to know I don't know. Do I really want to know what happened in those tunnels? No, I don't. It's scary enough that those tunnels even exist. Scary. I didn't say you. Never mind. Hold on, let me see. Did we hit 900 likes? We're almost at 900 likes, guys. We have over 1,500 of you guys here in the building. I appreciate it. Lorianne came out during making of the band. He had security drag her out once. I remember, like, they had a tumultuous relationship as well. Christian Keys is still around. He didn't go anywhere. Who was talking about Christian Keys? Rihanna stopped doing music, got out of the industry. Some people speculated that that's why Rihanna hasn't done music and has done everything else besides music. I don't know. Winter says, not your FBI agents listening to your live. Who? What FBI agent? Oh. I got it. I got what you said. Thank you guys so much for 900 likes. Thank you. Yeah, that was that girl. Like that girl. Anyways, KSPN, do you think that it's true that Nike is undecided about having Caitlin Clark be a part of their brand, or she wants to no part of Nike given the CEO step down? Oh, I don't know if that's why she wouldn't want to be a part. I don't know about that. I do watch the Braxtons, and I've recapped the Braxtons. So if you miss any of our Braxton recaps, we've had quite a few, and we've covered a couple of side stories. Even last week, we covered Kevin Jr. speaking out in regards to that video that came out with him and his father. So we have been recapping the Braxtons. So it's one of our most popular right now. Thank you, the J-verse. Wait, no, the JB verse. Mace was smart. That's who played chess. I mean, some might say that he did. You saw how he got out of that and went to the church. Maybe that's how he did it. S. Dot says celebrity culture is dying. Feels like it. I might need to find a new job. Look. That's why I look forward to having a talk show. Then we can talk about other stuff. We can talk about other stuff. We can have cooking with Kempire, all that stuff. That would be fun. When does the new season of Traitors come out, or the trailer? Julie, that's a great question. It's already been filmed. I'm hoping not before the end of the year. Esther says, no, not you, Kempire. No, I mean, if celebrity culture dies, we got to talk about something else, which I'm okay with. Thank you, Christian. Christian says you need a talk show. I would love a talk show. Classy lady says skincare with Ken. Yeah, we can have people come on and talk about skin. Oh, I can't wait for Traitors. I can't wait for Traitors. Ashton says I miss Wendy Williams. I know we all do. Oh my God, can you imagine Wendy Williams right there? It would have been just like weeks and weeks of just content. Lord. And all the talk shows that are on right now, there's not one that I watch. And I'm not saying that they're bad, but there's not one that I watch. None of them are interesting to me. Like, I'll watch an interview, if they had something. But my thing is, if you have to have interviews to be relevant or to be interesting, then are you really interesting? You know what I mean? And what happens when you have a week you don't have guests, or you can't book guests, or there's a global pandemic? Just saying. and look, you guys do like the interviews. You guys have told me that you want to see me interview, and I've done that. But I see the point of interviews. But if that's your only thing, no. Sharon says I watch football reruns. We know you do, Sharon. Hey, Foxy. Foxy, what time is it over there? What time is it over there? I haven't been watching. I never watched Dancing with the Stars. I've never really been a fan of Dancing with the Stars. Is Phaedra doing well? I saw that Anna Delvey was kicked off. Good. I like Tamron's show. I can't even watch Tamron's show. You know why? Because of the coloration of her program. Like, I just don't understand. You're Emmy Award winning. You've been on for how long? Why do you look yellow every time I watch your damn show? It's very important for me for aesthetic purposes. Thank you so much, Dasha. Dasha says, no, you don't need to interview. I just like to hear your commentary. I don't mind doing interviews. Honestly, I think some of our best interviews are the impromptu ones, or when I talk to you guys, when you call in. Like, those interviews are far more interesting. Who followed me on TikTok when that lady called in on TikTok and she was telling us her relationship drama? Like, those interviews are far more interesting for me. Chris says it's too many interviews. And look, interviews have their place because there is an audience that wants to hear from some of their favorite people. So I'm not dogging interviews, but if you have to rely on the relevance of your show being with interviews, that's not going to be sustainable. Unless you're a fantastic interviewer. Like, what's his name from Apple Music? He's a fantastic but do you see what I just said? What's his name? But he's a fantastic interviewer because he's so passionate about music. He asks the best questions. But I don't even know who his is. I can't think of his name, but you guys know who I'm talking about from Apple Music. All right, this is gonna die soon. This microphone. Zane Lowe. Thank you. A lot of people do know his name. Sorry, Zane. But much respect to Zane. Like, he's fantastic at his job. Fantastic, and that's why a lot of artists go to him. All right, what do you think about Love and Marriage Detroit? I haven't been watching. I was like, if y'all don't see, if you guys were like, oh my god, it's so good this season, watch it, recap it, then I would know. No one has. So I'm not watching. I'm not talking about it. Foxy, did you tell me what time it was over there? I completely missed it. I don't watch sports unless it's like the Olympics, like track and field, swimming, gymnastics. But even the Olympics, I swore I was going to watch it and I didn't. Thank you, Eureka. Eureka says, you are our talk show. I cannot wait to see you on the big screen. Thank you so much. Me too. One day we're working on it. Look, we're working on it. Just got to build. I'm sitting on something. Will you be interviewing Diddy's lawyers at the press conference? Should I? Lord. Look, should I? Oh, it's 4 a.m. Foxy, do you not sleep? I appreciate you being here. I need to go finish watching Big Brother, even though I know how it ended. That's one thing I do need to do. I'm going to go edit my interview with Stephanie St. Alban, the attorney. We discussed a lot of the stories that you guys have been wanting to hear about. Can we get to 1,000 likes before we go? I'm going to probably upload the audio tonight. So if you want to hear that conversation about Naomi Campbell, a Diddy update, and Eric Adams, make sure you subscribe to the Kempire podcast. And while you're there, give us a 5-star review. I love Big Brother. It's such a light fun. You don't have to worry about, people faking a story. I like reality TV competitions. I love the traders. Such an easy, fun show to watch. A lady says she wants to know my skincare routine. It's extensive. Not really. It's morning. I have my morning routine. I have my night routine. Then I have my monthly stuff. Like I was just telling people, I did micro needling last weekend, and now look at the skin. This was last weekend. Last week I looked crazy, but like, wasn't it worth it? Naomi on trial is a scream. Oh my gosh, she's a mess. We talked about that during our collab too. YouTube Live's likes need to be similar to TikTok. I don't know if there's a patent on that, but and that would be fantastic because then we probably would be at like 100,000 likes. Thank you, Candace. Excuse me, y'all. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all the compliments. Oh, wait, I forgot about Naomi and her kids. She's got 2 kids. Like young kids. I almost forgot about that. It's stealing from charities, allegedly. Look, allegedly. Okay. Nancy Grace has drags Diddy on her show. Nancy Grace drags any convict. Thanks, Kat. Oh, we're almost at 1,000 likes. Kempire does tarot. I wouldn't say I officially do tarot. I have a lot of tarot cards, and I have done tarot on TikTok, but I've collaborated with Fem Tarot in regards to pulling astrological cards on some of these celebrities. So you can see that on her YouTube channel. I was just on there last week talking about the Diddler and Janice Combs. Yep. And we have a few collaborations. We talked about Wendy Williams. We've done Justin Bieber. We've done a few over the last few years. So if you want to see me talk astrological stuff with Fem Tarot, it's on her YouTube channel. She's been on my channel as well. I need to bring her back so she can pull cards for you guys. What products do you use? I like Eminescence and this light is like literally my eyes. I use a variety, and they're not high end. Not all are high end. I have a couple of that are high end, and then some that like my everyday stuff, like CeraVe. One Cetaphil moisturizer I love. Cetaphil moisturizer I love. But also picked up a few different products recommended from my esthetician. So thank you guys so much for 1,000 likes. On that note, I'm going to go and work on this podcast episode. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Let's talk about Lizzo, my Taurus sister that was sued for fat shaming and harassing and toxic work environment. I mean, she's been keeping. I mean, she's been working out. She looks great. I don't know what happened with those lawsuits, but we'll continue to watch. Thank you, Kay. Kay says I'm smelling sponsorship for you, Kempire. Sponsorship from whom? Look. Thank you, Wanda. I hope you guys have a good night. Don't forget to say thank you to our mods for holding us down in the live chat. And if you are going to be in Los Angeles or want to be in Los Angeles, I will be at the Bourbon Room on November 20th in Los Angeles. It is the last U.S. tour date of the Kempire After Dark live experience for this year. Go get your tickets. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Okay? All right? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to our King Scars. Thank you to our channel members. Thank you to Fenty Beauty. Go check them out. I'm not opposed to using a little makeup. I mean, I have no makeup on right now, though. If I use makeup, it's only like concealer. Other than that, I don't. Unless it's like a photo shoot. But right now, this is just moisturizer. Nothing else. And good lighting. Because if I was sat over there, lighting is so important. Because if I sat over there, it wouldn't look this good. Anyways, thank you guys so much for all the likes. Let me go work on this podcast episode and make sure you stay locked. Stay locked, all right? Tasha says you don't need concealer. Well, I'm talking about there are certain moments when I do use concealer. Depends, like a photo shoot or something like that. That's when I'll use it. Or our live show. Just saying. Mayor Adams brought the swag back. He's about to go to jail. Michael D says, "Are you single?" Yep. Look, yep. All right, y'all. I hope you guys have a great night. We'll do more casual lives in regards to when we're not talking about the diddler. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe for that. But yeah, that's it. I appreciate you all being here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'm gonna go work on that episode, and then I'm going to bed because I want to get up early tomorrow. And I don't know what I need to do tomorrow. Got a couple things I need to do. Claudia says fat shaming rumors just a month after Lizzo wins album of the year. How very suspicious. I mean, that's true. That's true. But okay. All right, guys. Have a good night. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, bye, bye.